traveling together. I mean, we really are. We're best friends, and I totally believe that we're soulmates. And so it's difficult to realize that we don't get to work. I mean, that's all we've ever known is working together. And so, yeah, it's sad. But, you know, and I think he's definitely upset about it. But, you know, he's tough, and he's so talented, and he's so good at what he does. And, you know, if anything, this is just going to give him, I mean, he's got the most insane drive and determination to be on top, and he will be there. And if anything, this just gives him even more reason to go, okay, I'm getting there. So, you know, he's just, he's sad, but, you know, he's going to use it as motivation.
Well, I got to ask, did they give you a specific reason as to why they were releasing you? Did you have any forewarning, any heads up?
No, I didn't. You know, I was in suspension for a few months there, so I knew that it was a possibility, but, you know, obviously I had my fingers crossed the whole time, like, please take me back. But, you know, when it came down to it, the decision was made by, you know, who knows, and decided not to. But, and of course, it's really sad, and I've had definitely my few days of crying, but, you know, I can't cry over spilt milk forever.
Well, the other thing, too, is I kind of, you touched upon, I want to address the elephant in the room, otherwise, you know, fans will get all over us for not doing such. Do you think the reason that you went through a suspension had anything to do with the possibility of you being released? Do you think they were related at all?
Oh, I have no idea. To be honest with you, I'm so clueless as to all of that. I mean, we're kind of left in the dark on, you know, the business end of things and whatever's going on, and, you know, in Stanford, you know, we're not really privy to. And especially while I was suspended, I mean, I was at home, and it's not like, you know, I get clued in on anything. So I have no clue.
Can anybody hear me? Or am I talking to myself? My mind is running empty in this search for someone else who doesn't look right through me. It's all just static in my head. Can anybody tell me why I'm lonely like a satellite? 'Cause tonight I'm feeling like an astronaut, sending SOS from this tiny box, and I lost our signal when I lifted up. Now I'm stuck out here and the world forgot. Can I please calm down? Because I'm tired of drifting round and round. Can I please calm down? I'm deafened by the silence. Is it something that I've done? I know that there are millions. I can't be the only one who's so disconnected. It's so different in my head. Can anybody tell me why I'm lonely like a satellite? 'Cause tonight I'm feeling like an astronaut, sending SOS from this tiny box, and I lost our signal when I lifted up. Now I'm stuck out here and the world forgot. Can I please calm down? Because I'm tired of drifting round and round. Can I please calm down? Now I lie awake and scream in a zero gravity, and it's starting to weigh down on me. Whoa, let's abort this mission now. Can I please calm down? So tonight I'm calling all astronauts, all the lonely people that the world forgot. If you hear my voice, come pick me up. Are you out there? 'Cause you're all I've got. And tonight I'm feeling like an astronaut, sending SOS from this tiny box, and I lost our signal when I lifted up. Now I'm stuck out here and the world forgot. 'Cause tonight I'm feeling like an astronaut, sending SOS from this tiny box to the lonely people that the world forgot. Are you out there? 'Cause you're all
For all the lonely people that the world forgot, from their latest compilation entitled Get Your Heart On, also featuring the single featuring Natasha Bedingfield, Jet Lag, That Simple Plan, and their latest Astronaut. Very appropriate music, tying well in with our theme. That's from Get Your Heart On, available everywhere now. The latest compilation from Simple Plan. That was Taryn Trinell talking a little bit about her firing and expressing her feelings rather emotionally on Monday Night Mayhem when she was kind of put on the spot by Mosh, the host of Monday Night Mayhem. They have a lot of interviews up there at MondayNightMayhem.com. I found that on YouTube.com and found that was very appropriate to relate to the whole Melina being released story that was posted on her Facebook and her Twitter, where she first made acknowledgement of that. All the information for that is available for our column for In This Corner with Jonathan Clarke. And as I said, going back to my original point that I was illustrating for you, it seems like the divas are more connected more than anybody, the referees, the superstars, the cameramen, the announcers, to their jobs than anybody, because more than one diva have become emotionally distraught, if I can use those words very appropriately here to describe all of this and kind of put this into perspective for you, over being fired. There are people who really don't want to get that unfortunate phone call from John Laurinaitis and, to update you on what Tiffany's been doing. She's going to be making an appearance coming up here really soon at Cinemania. Information is available at TarynTrinell.com. Herself and a number of other former WWE divas are going to be appearing there, and I found that information out by visiting her website, TarynTrinell.com, the other day, to kind of update you on that. But I really think that it's very unfortunate, and definitely the divas are more connected to their jobs than superstars, and I don't think we're going to hear Melina crying on any interviews, as we have heard Taryn Trinell many times since her firing several months back. She also just recently filed for divorce again from Drew McIntyre, actually, the guy that she actually put over in that interview quite sufficiently. She just filed for divorce. That's the latest thing I have about Taryn Trinell, other than that appearance information. You can find all the information in terms of updates and autograph signings and stuff by visiting TarynTrinell.com. It's just hard to kind of sit here and talk about these releases because they're such great talent. John Morrison, who could very unfortunately be parting ways with the company in the next couple of months. Putting an end to his WWE career is another fantastic talent who I said could easily be in top contention for the WWE Championship. It's just not happening for talents like John Morrison and Ted DiBiase Jr., and I don't see it happening. I don't foresee it happening anytime soon, and it's really, really unfortunate. As I said, I don't think we're going to hear Melina cry or bitch about her release from WWE like we have heard many WWE divas, former divas in the past, do. I've spoken to many former WWE divas, Amy Zidian, Dawn Marie, Lacey Von Erich from TNA Wrestling, was a former TNA knockout, Mickey Knuckles, a former TNA knockout. I've spoken to many former divas and knockouts, and they become very emotional over their releases and the company's not wanting anything to do with them and parting ways with them. But I think I speak for all of them when I say, I think it opens up a door of opportunity for them. I've spoken to many superstars, former ECW superstars especially, who have been absolutely thrilled over their releases. I spoke to Chris Wright, C.W. Anderson, a former ECW original that was used as one of the originals on the first few years of WWE's reincarnated version of ECW following his release, just a few months after he had gotten the call from John Laurinaitis. And you know what he told me? He said that was the greatest news he had received in his entire professional wrestling career, that his services were no longer required with WWE. And you know what he did? He went home, spent some time with his family, and played his Xbox more often. So, not everybody gets emotionally distraught over their release. I think the divas definitely do more so than the actual superstars, and that's unfortunate to have to say. But to update you on what's going on with Taryn Trinell, she's going to be making an appearance at the upcoming Cinemania featuring herself and several other former WWE divas and talents. And she just recently filed for divorce from Drew McIntyre, her former husband, who she spoke very highly of in that audio clip, believing that WWE were going to use him to his fullest potential, and she was unfortunately incorrect with her assumption. But Drew McIntyre is another talent that I could spend hours talking about how phenomenal he is, the supposed chosen one from Vince McMahon. But to update you on anything going on with Taryn Trinell, you can head over to TarynTrinell.com. That's her official website. You can also follow her on Twitter. And you can also follow me at HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1. We have over 515 people we're following for you right now on Twitter. We have over 3,000 fans on MySpace, and we'll take a look at that for you here in just a moment.
You have an opportunity. What the hell? Can I have your attention, please? I've just received an email from the anonymous Raw General Manager.
The anonymous Raw General Manager says he loves listening to HEW Entertainment Variety Radio, and he encourages all the listeners out there in Radio Land to keep tuning in to HEW Entertainment Variety Radio for the latest interviews and audio commentaries. All brought to you by the HEW Entertainment Variety Radio show host, me, Jonathan Clarke. And if that doesn't give you enough reason or convince you enough to listen to HEW Entertainment Variety Radio, well, I don't know what will. You're listening to HEW Entertainment Variety Radio with me, Jonathan Clarke.
And I quote,
taking a look at our statistics updates from our Facebook, our Twitter, our YouTube, and our MySpace pages. Starting with our MySpace page, we have over 3,000 fans on MySpace. If you haven't already sent us a friend's request on MySpace, we invite you to do so by joining the already 3,000 friends that are already contributing to the first social network that we signed up for several years ago, myspace.com/HEW Entertainment Radio. Join the conversation on there. You can also find us on Facebook. Currently, right now, we have over 715 fans on Facebook. If you haven't already sent us a friend's request, friend us on Facebook and join the conversation at facebook.com/Jonathan Clarke. Our YouTube channel has over 10,000 views right now at the present time. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel,